It's easy to overlook the revolutionary nature of the bicycle since it was first invented in the mid-19th century. Throughout history, the bicycle has played a significant role in bringing about economic, cultural and technological change, from alleviating poverty, aiding gender equality, and not forgetting that it was two bicycle mechanics that made the first powered flight of an aircraft. And its role as an agent of change continues even today, as we're about to meet the head of a unique not-for-profit organisation that's using the humble bicycle to empower and bring about positive change in the lives of young people.
Oh, Pat. Hi, Sid. Welcome to Dismantle. Thank you. Come in.
What is it that drives you, I guess, in terms of your long-term vision?
I think that's a good question. I don't know how to answer that one. So I was a youth worker at Department of Child Protection beforehand. Just found out about the good work that Dismantle were doing in their youth program, basically using bicycles to connect with at-risk youth.
Obviously, it's more than just learning about how to fix a bike.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is it about a bicycle that makes it so empowering?
It's just difficult enough that you can't just take it apart and put it back together by yourself. You need some instruction, but it's just easy enough that pretty much anyone can learn how to do it. So that includes at-risk young people, aged about 13 to 16 years old. So what we do in bike rescue is completely take a bike apart, nuts and bolts, ball bearings absolutely everywhere, and then we teach kids how to put that all back together. By the end of it, they've built the first bike that gets donated to charity, and it was a rusty piece of crap bike that didn't work and was going to get chucked out, and they have invested their effort and energy into turning it into a bike that does work. Then they get to donate that to someone, and that's absolutely huge. Like being a 13, 14-year-old kid that is always labelled, criminal or worthless or hanging out in the streets, not contributing to community, they've just built a bicycle for someone in need, and they recognise there are people out there that are more in need than they are. So as a youth worker, you're trying to have conversations with young people, you're trying to find out how their life is going, like why aren't they going to school, why are you committing crime, why are you taking drugs, and all the other sort of stuff that happens when kids are sort of disadvantaged. You're trying to have a conversation like that, and then you don't want to engage with a youth worker because this conversation is really difficult for young people.
They're not the kind of questions that people want to answer.
No, they're hard questions, but you put a bike between two people, you don't have those conversations. You start having conversations about the bicycle, you develop relationships because you're working with each other around fixing up this bicycle. Kids are working with each other and kids are working with the facilitators, tools in hands, engaging content, and then through that, natural conversations happen. So you start using a bike as a metaphor, like this is broken, we need to fix it, or this isn't working properly and there's a reason for that. And also we have the power and we have the tools to fix this problem that's on the bicycle. From that, relationships develop, facilitators can really affect some powerful change in the kids, and then after a 10-week program, the kids are much more empowered and much better placed to start accepting the opportunities like going to counselling or going to school full-time or just accessing the services they need to sort of overcome their disadvantage. It's more a core part of Dismantle to rescue young people from disadvantage. But in saying that, we are recycling 400 bikes a year. We are getting kids engaged in cycling. But yeah, it is just a positive, side effect of the work that we do. It's just fun and it's good and it works and people benefit, and I don't know, it's more of a question why not? Like, why wouldn't I be working to benefit other people? Because that's just what's going to be prolonging everything, society, the world, yeah, for sure. I can't answer that question. It's just a natural part, you just do it because it's good.
And that's probably all the reason that you need to. Pat, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Sid.
Talking to Pat and learning more about the great work being done by Dismantle has made me realise that a bicycle is more than just an affordable, sustainable mode of transport. I think back to my childhood and that great sense of pride and accomplishment that I had when I first learned to ride a bicycle. And I can imagine for a young person feeling disconnected and out of place in society, that repairing and restoring their very own bicycle is an opportunity to rekindle some of that childhood magic. What also impresses me about Dismantle are the many unintended positive flow-on and benefits that occur through their core business. It's like a trifecta of social, economic, and environmental sustainability. That's a business model that we could all learn something from.